Lucifer. I'm here.
Hey guys, VALTORIOUS the AWOKEN here. So, we back at another video. And this time we're gonna be talking about Black Clover, right? And this is like my what if speculation, you know, like what if what if Licita, right, actually had a miscarriage and Liebe was that miscarriage and stuff, right? The rules are if you die and you go to heaven, right? But if you were evil, I'm sorry, I said the whole thing backwards. The rules are that if you die and you was a good person, you would go to heaven, right? But if you was evil in your past life, then you would go to hell and be tortured for all of eternity. Now, what if Licita had the miscarriage and Liebe was born with no memories, no nothing, born out of weakness and confusion, and the high-ranking devil saw him and decided to torture him and bully him without knowing why? Because I want y'all to think about this for a second. Because Asta has a stepbrother or foster brother, whatever you may call it, right? It would only make sense Licita had a first child, but maybe something happened causing her to lose the baby, and then the baby wasn't baptized. And going off religion, if a baby isn't baptized, then the baby would end up in hell or the first part of limbo. Asta and Liebe could have actually be real brothers instead of foster siblings. Look at their hair is almost similar to each other, and it could make sense if she had a miscarriage and that Asta's older brother. And another interesting fact was that when she was on her deathbed and she placed the baby Asta at the church, so maybe it would mean that she doesn't want to lose any more children. So maybe it would mean that she didn't want to lose any more children, and when she found Liebe and was taking care of him, maybe this was her second chance at redeeming herself and raising Liebe as her own. And the name Liebe was probably the name given to her first child who died, and which technically that would be Liebe. Because I see some people talking about how Asta and Na could be distant relatives, or how Asta himself would be the next ruler of the kingdom of hell. But what about Asta's past, or where he actually comes from? There's a lot of information that we're still missing from the Black Clover series, and Yuki Tabata is inspired by Dante's Inferno, mythology, and a lot of religion and history. It would make sense as to why Black Clover draws in a lot of people to its series. Now, we find out Lucifer has something to do with Asta's father not being around, maybe devilish dealings, or been planning out everything, and that Asta needs to die in order for Lucifer to take over his body, as Asta is the vessel for Lucifer. And the best part of it all is that if Yuno and Asta could play a big part in his return, aka the return of Lucifer, or Lucifer's rising. And the only person that can stop Lucifer, well, Lucifer Asta, would be Yuno. My mind is beginning to think that Asta is the Lucifer in the story and Yuno is the Michael. In the Bible, Michael the Archangel defeated Lucifer and Lucifer was cast into hell. But it's just hand cannon and speculation on my part. I know nothing. We know nothing. Going back to Asta and Liebe, let me know what y'all think about, Licita actually having a miscarriage and Liebe is actually Asta's real and biological brother. Because here is the thing. Because, like I said before, there's still some information that's clearly missing in this entire story. It's this entire story that's clearly missing, because people have been thinking for the longest, like, okay, Asta and Liebe, right, they have like this very deep connection towards each other, because in the manga you see him like he's just in hell. He doesn't know what's going on, why is he there, and he's being bullied and tortured. And in Asta's case, he has no mana, he has no nothing. So it was the same way for him. He wasn't tortured, but people was laughing at him, bullying him, treating him different and stuff. So it was like, yeah, they kind of lived it was similar towards each other. So it was like as if they was destined to meet each other, and it was destined to have this bond. But like I said, if it's possible that if Licita actually had a miscarriage, and it would only make sense as to why they're like this and stuff, because if anybody played the Dante's Inferno game, where basically, or even read the book on how, you know, the circles of hell, and then the game itself, where like Dante, he had to like he had to go into like hell, and he had to he actually, what was it, he fought his miscarriage baby because it was unholy and unbaptized. Now, I'm not saying that that's probably it or anything. It's just, like I said, it's just speculation. It's just handcannon at this point. But it would be crazy. It would be absolutely crazy if basically like Liebe is his brother, but it was because he wasn't baptized. Maybe his father, Asta's father, had something to do with like maybe Licita having a miscarriage and stuff, because Lucifer played Dante. Everybody know that Lucifer played Dante, because when Dante was asking Lucifer, he was just like, "Hey, what's this dude devil? Like, what's going on with him?" And Lucifer immediately said, "I don't know I don't know who that is," and he just lied to him. So it's like Lucifer knows more than he's letting on and stuff, because all the people that's been in hell and stuff are demons, but most of them have no memories. I would say none of them have any memories and stuff, because how devils is probably created. Now, I'm not saying in Black Clover, but I'm just saying like in religion or speculation religion, how I put it. Whereas it's like if you die and you go to hell, right? Yes, in religion and in the Bible, you die and you become tortured, and you spend all of your eternity in the remaining days of your existence in hell and stuff, forever and stuff, and you become a demon after a while. After when you become tortured and your mind goes mad and you become insane and stuff, eventually you lose all of your memories, all of your humanity, and you become a demon and stuff, and that's what happens and stuff. But I would say in Liebe's case, he was a baby. So if Licita had the miscarriage and he was a baby but he grew up in hell, it would only make sense as to why him and Asta has like this very deep connection and stuff, because he has no memories. Again, like if you're a baby, you don't really have like those types of memories, but since Liebe met Licita and stuff, it was just like, okay, this is a first time anybody cared about him and had any sort of like connection with him and stuff. Like, just imagine in the reverse. I know some people wouldn't like me bringing this up, but just imagine in the reverse that, I don't know, like baby Karama was being looked after by, I don't know, let's say like Kushina, maybe Minato, right? Like, let's just say like if anything crazy didn't happen to Naruto and then they looked after him, he was a baby or whatever, then something happened to him, something happened to Kushina and Minato, and then he just, Kurama loses his mind and just destroys everything and stuff, and just be like, I have this deep hatred for like humanity and stuff. But I'm just saying, that I think that's how, to me, it probably was and stuff, because so far the manga has been getting very spicy and stuff, and we're getting very close to Lucifer's escape and stuff. The big, what do they call it? The Great Pretender. That's what the song is called, if anybody ever listened to like Freddie Mercury. The Great Pretender. Lucifer literally pretend he didn't know anything about the devil when he was fighting against Asta. So he was the Great Pretender and the Great Serpent that will escape, and there's gonna be a fight, because in Julius's prediction, he's like, yeah, Asta's supposed to die, so if he dies and he becomes Lucifer's vessel and stuff, has to take him out. Basically, Michael, like I said, Michael versus Lucifer. So now again, if anybody says anything different, let me know, right? Because this whole shit. Alright, fuck it. If you like what you heard you like, please subscribe, share, do all that wonderful stuff, and I catch you later.
It's murder, go crazy, berserker. I killed it, it's murder, go crazy, berserker. I killed it, it's murder, go crazy, berserker.